So you have a lot more options than giving away. So this is the basis of what I'm calling social business, non-loss, non-dividend company for addressing a social problem. But explaining things sometimes is very difficult for people to understand, because if you have your own mindset already developed over years, from your childhood, you develop a sort of mindset. And suddenly you cannot undo that mindset. Mindset is a very difficult thing to change. So I thought the best way to address the mindset would be to demonstrate, create those social businesses. So we started creating those social businesses in Bangladesh just to demonstrate how it all happens. But since we do it in Bangladesh, not many people paid any attention to it, because something funny, something crazy happening. But suddenly, when we did this social business with a big multinational company, then everybody started looking at it, paying attention to it. This multinational company was Danone. Danone is a French company, a yogurt company, a milk product company. So in a kind of casual conversation, I proposed to the chairman of Danone that why don't we do a Grameen Danone company in Bangladesh, a joint venture, and produce yogurt as a social business. So this was the beginning of the whole thing. And we created that social business as a Grameen Danone company. What we do, we produce yogurt in this company, but for a very special purpose. The purpose is to help the malnourished children gain nutrition. Half the children of Bangladesh are malnourished. A large part of them are severely malnourished. So children grow up in a very poor health because they are malnourished. And they become victims of all kinds of diseases as they go along. So in this yogurt that we produce through Grameen Danone company, we put all the micronutrients which are missing in the children, vitamin, iron, zinc, and everything, and then make it very cheap so that we can sell it to the poor children. And when the child eats 2 cups of yogurt each week, if it eats regularly 2 cups of yogurt per week, over 8 to 9 months, the child regains all the macronutrients and becomes a healthy child, a playful child. So this is the whole purpose of the company. It becomes a social business because intention of Danone, intention of Grameen is not to make money out of it. We have promised that we'll never take any dividend out of it. The whole purpose of the company is to address the malnourishment of the children, how to improve the nutrition situation of the children. If you want to distinguish between a profit-making company and a social business company, you will see it when we address or when we ask the CEO of the company, if it is a profit-making company, we'll be asking the CEO at the end of the year, how much money we have made this year. And then after we learn about it, then we'll say how much more money we can make next year. So the CEO has to explain how to make more money next year. But in a social business, that will not be the relevant question. In a social business, we'll be asking the CEO of the company, how many children got out of malnutrition this year? How many more children can get out of malnutrition next year? What should we must do so that more children can get out of malnutrition? So these 2 questions decides what type of company you are. So this is the way social business is created. Then we created another company, social business company, again a joint venture with a big company called Veolia. It's a French company. It's a water company, largest water company, perhaps the largest company in the world. Bangladesh has another big problem besides the malnutrition of children. The other problem is goes across the children, everybody in Bangladesh. It's a water problem. Most of places our water is arsenic contaminated. Almost half the population of Bangladesh drinks arsenic contaminated water. It's a poison that people drink. Their children drink poison every day. And in the process, they are ruining their health. Soon they have all kinds of diseases all over their body, including skin cancer. So what we did, it's a joint venture with Veolia, is to create a water treatment plant over a cluster of villages to supply clean water for at least 50,000 people in the village, and make the water very cheap so that they can drink water without any pressure on the purchasing capacity, so that they don't have to drink the arsenic-contaminated water. So the whole purpose of the company is to make water available as the cheapest possible way and affordable way for everybody. Not for making money, but at the same time, it has to self-sustaining company so that it doesn't have to depend on donations or contribution for others. It can continue with its own power, with its own capacity, with its own financial capacity. So this is another company that we created as a social business. Now we see varieties of things can be done as a social business. We are getting more and more in healthcare as a social business because we see this is very immediate need for the country. I mentioned water as, again, a health issue. Nutrition is a health issue. One major healthcare intervention we are doing as a social business is establishing nursing school. Bangladesh has a serious shortage of nurses. For 3 doctors, there's only 1 nurse, whereas it should have been at least 4 nurses per doctor. So we have one nurse for 3 doctors. So it's a kind of funny situation. So we thought, why don't we create a social business for setting up nursing colleges? Because within Grameen Bank, there are lots of young girls who has graduated from high schools. And now, probably they will grow up, they will getting married and have children because nothing else to do for them. There's no jobs for them. So we said, why don't we recruit these young girls from Grameen families and let them through the nursing colleges become qualified nurses, and the nursing college itself become a social business, and the girls become good nurses and enter into the healthcare services. Yeah, so it can continue like that. So this is the way we are trying to establish, and we can have a series of those nursing colleges in Bangladesh. So we're trying to build up collaboration with companies and medical schools so that we can have good quality nursing colleges. BASF of Germany came forward to have joint venture with us and created this BASF Grameen company. One for nutrition, producing nutritional sachet. Another one is to produce mosquito nets. Treated mosquito nets, so that they are not, these nets can protect them from malaria and dengue and other diseases. So this becomes another social business. And many such other things. One shoe company in Europe becoming interested and have been discussing it because they have adopted a principle that nobody in the world should go without shoes. As a shoe company, it's our responsibility to make sure that we can produce affordable, durable shoes even for the poorest people. So they're trying it out, designing it, and they would not launch their shoes with their brand name for Bangladeshi village people, which will be costing less than $1, so that they will have good quality shoes with a very affordable price.